We have breaking news. A jury has delivered a verdict in the trial of the father of an alleged school shooter.
In the Superior Court of Barrow County, State of Georgia versus Colin Gray, case number 24-CR-593-P, jury verdict. Count 1, murder in the second degree. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
A jury found Colin Gray guilty on all 26 other counts as well. Prosecutors had argued Gray gave his son a gun despite warning signs that he was a threat. Now a jury's agreeing that he's culpable for those deaths and injuries in the shooting. ABC News legal analyst Brian Buckmeyer has more on the case. Brian, this jury deliberated for less than 2 hours. What does that tell you?
Yeah, Diane, I think they got the case this morning at 9:02 a.m. We heard there was a verdict by 10:52 a.m. And there are no notes between. They didn't ask for any readback of any testimony, whether it be from Colin Gray, the now convicted felon, or from any of the other expert witnesses. And what that tells me is they had all the information they needed. This is probably, and more likely than not, just a quick polling, looking around at people and saying, what do you think? What do you think? What did you think? And I think they came to the verdict very quickly because, for lack of a better term, the writing necessarily was on the wall in terms of the red flags that Colin Gray missed. And then, of course, he gave the gun to the shooter, the gun that was used in this school shooting.
We heard from a lot of witnesses throughout the course of this case, ranging from victims, school officials, Colin Gray's own daughter and ex-wife. Was there a particular testimony or piece of evidence you think sealed the deal here?
I think a lot of the evidence could be explained away to some extent, maybe not successfully so, of course, considering the verdict. Oh, Colin Gray didn't hear about this. Oh, Colin Gray interpreted this way. But for me, especially on closing arguments, the picture of the Parkland school shooter, or pictures, sorry, just all over his wall, like you would imagine a teenager with maybe an athlete or a supermodel. No, he had the Parkland school shooter on his wall in this almost like shrine. That to me was a red flag that I think no parent can say, well, I don't know what that's about. That's not something that I'm alarmed about. That to me was the biggest piece of evidence, the biggest red flag. And then, of course, knowing that he gave the gun to the shooter, those two facts alone for me, I think were very strong for the jury.
Brian, what kind of precedent does this set now for other parents facing charges for crimes either committed by or allegedly committed by their children?
So Gray is going to be added to another list of parents. We have the Crumbleys, both James and Jennifer, Deja Young, and now not only do we have Colin Gray who's added to the list, but added to the list in a very unique way because we're not talking about manslaughter. We're not talking about child neglect. He was convicted of second-degree murder. That's a punishment of 10 to 30 years in prison. And I think that's more the precedent than anything else, that there can be a theory under second-degree murder in different states where you can amount to child neglect that is so egregious, so reckless, so negligent that you can be convicted of murder. And I think that's the precedent going forward. This is the first time we're seeing a parent convicted of a form of murder for the actions of another. And I don't think, unfortunately, it will be the last. There may be other fact patterns, other cases that we see similar to this, but hopefully this is a huge wake-up call for many parents that if you miss red flags and you provide the weapon, you could be found culpable for murder in this country.